here we are celebrating another Women's History Month. We all know women are resilient, brave, intelligent. They are responsible for many things that we enjoy today. A song we hear that they wrote, a song we've heard them sing, liberties we have because of them, and even features on today's telephones. Interested? Well, here we go. Where would we be before call waiting, caller ID, and even the touch tone phone? Some of you may not even remember the rotary dial, but I do, and thank God for Dr. Shirley Jackson. You can dial a phone by touching the numbers, put people on hold, and best of all, we get to see who's calling to decide whether we want to pick it up or not. Once upon a time, you picked it up not knowing who was on the other end, but you also didn't have telemarketers interrupting your sleep, your favorite movie, or a meal. Renowned physicist and university president Shirley Ann Jackson was born on August 5, 1946 in Washington, D.C. When she was a child, her mother would read her the biography of Benjamin Banneker, an African-American scientist and mathematician who helped build Washington, D.C., and her father encouraged her interest in science by assisting her with projects for school. The space race of the late 1950s would also have an impact on Jackson as a child, spurring her interest in scientific investigation. She attended Roosevelt High School in Washington, D.C., where she took accelerated math and science classes. She graduated as valedictorian in 1964 and encouraged by the assistant principal for boys at her high school, she applied for the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. Jackson was among the first African American students to attend MIT, and in her undergraduate class, she was only one of two women. In doing so, she became the first African American woman to earn a PhD from MIT. In 1973, Jackson graduated with her PhD degree in theoretical elementary particle physics, the first woman to receive a PhD in physics in MIT's history. After receiving her degree, Jackson was hired as a research associate in theoretical physics at the Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory, or the Fermi Lab. In 1974, after 2 years with the Fermi Lab, Jackson served as visiting science associate at the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Switzerland and worked on theories of strongly interacting elementary particles. In 1975, she returned to Fermilab and was simultaneously elected to the MIT Corporation's Board of Trustees. In 1976, Jackson began working on the technical staff for Bell Telephone Laboratories in theoretical physics. Her research focused on the electronic properties of ceramic materials in hopes that they would act as subconductors of electric currents. While at Bell Laboratories, Jackson met her future husband, physicist Morris A. Washington. That same year, she was appointed a professor of physics at Rutgers University. In 1980, Jackson became the president of the National Society of Black Physicists, and in 1985, she began serving as a member of the New Jersey Commission on Science and Technology. In 1991, Jackson served as a professor at Rutgers while working for AT&T Bell Laboratories in Murray Hill, New Jersey. Jackson conducted successful experiments in theoretical physics and used her knowledge in physics to foster advances in telecommunications research while working at Bell Laboratories. Dr. Jackson conducted breakthrough basic scientific research that enabled others to invent the portable fax, touch-tone phone, solar cells, fiber optic cables, and the technology behind caller ID and call waiting. Jackson was elected a Fellow of the American Physical Society for her work in the interaction of electrons on liquid helium films with surface excitations as the Polaron problem. As the first Black American woman to serve on the NRC and the first woman and Black American to lead the NRC, Jackson reaffirmed that agency's commitment to public health and safety. She enhanced its regulatory effectiveness and initiated a bottom-up strategy assessment of all NRC activities. Committed to promoting social justice, she organized MIT's Black Student Union and worked to increase the number of black students entering MIT. After only 1 year, the number entering rose from 2 to 57. On numerous educational and corporate boards, she worked to advance science and the role of women in science. She has led a transformation of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in her role as president. Jackson's numerous awards demonstrate the capability of women and minorities to join the leadership ranks in science and technology, education, and public policy. Time magazine has called her perhaps the ultimate role model for women in science. I appreciate you staying to the end of the video. I hope to see you next week for our next outstanding woman in history. While you await next week's episode, why not check out a couple of videos from these two amazing women in history? They will be popping up on your screen at any moment. There they go. See you next week. Be safe out there. Bye for now.